Today I want to talk to you guys about Slaughterhouse 5 by Vonnegut. And hopefully I said it right, maybe I didn't, but this book is extremely interesting because it's not exactly at all what I thought it would be. Most of the time when you think about war books or books about conflict or awful things in history, you think it's purely about the event, but honestly Slaughterhouse 5 is more so about the event and how it affected someone and how it really destroyed this individual, how it really stuck with this individual and they could never quite move on. And, really the price of war, really the price of conflict and how it can ruin the rest of someone's life. And it's done in a very pragmatic way. Like it's partially telling you the story of this man's experience in Dresden and partially telling his experience after the fact and trying to cope with the things that he saw, trying to cope with the horror and all the pain and all the suffering that he experienced while he witnessed this tragic event. And it really does a tremendous job of painting a picture of the pure terror and the pure suffering that occurred during World War II and how there really was no winner, how there really was no good guy, how there really was no person that was honorable, that was, on the up and up, that, didn't have to have the ends justify the means. And, I was really not into the style at first. I think I just finished it. It's 215 pages. And, the first 50 pages, I'm like, okay, is this just set up? What's happening? What is this? And then I kind of got used to the style. I kind of got used to the way it was told and how the layers were slowly revealed and how, you could kind of see that this man was broken and that he couldn't quite overcome the things that he saw during the war. And, overall, it's just a really interesting book. It really is. I don't know how much I can say about it because it's so fractured and it's so all over the place. But in the depths of the story, in the depths of the narrative, is something that's really tremendous and really profound. And perhaps the most interesting part of the book is the way that Vonnegut always says, "and so it goes." And every time something bad happens in the story, whether it's someone passes away, someone does something bad, or something just awful happens, like he just says, "and so it goes." And it's really to bring you back to the perspective that like bad things happen and that there's not really a order to things and there's not really a reason for things, but they kind of just occur and we kind of just have to persist. We kind of have to just keep going on. And it's a really interesting book. It's definitely something that's well worth the read. Whether you're into history, whether you're into books about war, whether you're into the human experience and how we deal with difficult subjects, I think it definitely has something to say, and it's definitely unique in its way that it approaches it. And that's something that I can always appreciate in a book. Whenever a book can bring you something in a new perspective, can bring you in a new way, it can teach you something that you haven't learned before. And that's certainly what has happened with me with Slaughterhouse 5, and that's certainly what can happen with you. I know it's something that is, extremely weird but extremely compelling at the same time, and it's well worth the read. It's well worth your time. And let me know if I should read anything else by Vonnegut. I know he's written a lot of other stuff, so please recommend me some things if you've read stuff by him, because I do find him interesting. I do find him to have something to say and something interesting to say, and it's always fun to find a new author that you think can teach you something about the world. You think can teach you a new perspective and a new way to view things, and hopefully through that expand your own perspective and expand your own way that you can view the world. But yeah, that's it. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Peace out. I'll catch you in the next one. Check out this book if you liked anything I said, because you're going to find a whole lot more in it that you like that I just forgot to include. Love you guys so much. Peace out.